Hey everyone, welcome back y'all. We are back to discuss a ton of things. I'm going to give you guys the 411 on where I've been and why I've been gone for a few weeks. This is something that has drastically changed my life, and it is something I need to deal with immediately. So I've been off for a few weeks. My apologies. I am super sorry, but there's been a lot going on in the house. We will talk about that here in a moment. I want to go over my October budget that I have here off to my right hand side. I want to talk about this new binder that's coming on board and some happy mail that I did get in. Now I will discuss the drawn out long discussion in a very short sense when it comes to why we've been gone. But I'll leave that to the end of the video for those of you who don't really care to know what's going on and would rather just see the budget. So with that being said, Amazon Prime Day happened again October 10th and 11th, and I was super duper shocked to see that that was happening. Y'all, I have become an Amazon Prime Day junkie. Okay, that is feeding and fueling an addiction all of a sudden, but for good reasons, and we'll talk about that as well. So I do owe my credit card a lot of money. I did put a lot of money on my Affirm account. We'll talk about that when we get to my budgeting here in just a minute on my overall October budget. So with that being said, one of the items I did purchase was this binder. I love Soul Mama budget binders. I am just becoming obsessed with them. I am purchasing Jessica the Aquarius binder. My daughter Jessica is 13. And she is born in late January on the 31st, actually the last day of January. She was just hours away from being born on February 1st. But with that being said, I'm getting her a binder for several reasons, and I want to make sure that I can get her set up with her own binder. This binder is not mine. Well, it is mine, but it's not mine. We'll talk about why. So I've noticed a difference with this binder. When I got this on Prime Day, I saved like $2 and I want to say 50 cents off this binder. Soul Mama Budgets also sells these binders on her Etsy shop. My suggestion is go to Amazon and purchase them there because you get them a few bucks cheaper. And I think they're like $14.99 or $15 basically on Amazon, where they're almost $18 on Etsy. And she does have free shipping in both areas. So pick and choose your battles with that, because if you're an Amazon Prime member, you get the shipping for free, obviously. If you're not, you might probably want to buy it on Etsy, because I don't know if there's going to be a cost associated if you're not a Prime member. So this is the Sagittarius binder. My husband is a Sagittarius. He will be 26 on December 13th. I'm going to put all of our household needs in here, but I'm also going to put in some extra sinking fund envelopes specifically for him, because he's going to need to have his own cash to do things with, and some other things that I want to put in here for him. So that will hold all of our household expenses as well, and he's not going to be responsible for all the household expenses. We are actually going to share all of that, but we're going to put it in the Sagittarius binder. I have my Capricorn binder. My birthday is a few weeks after his. Again, his is December 13th. Mine is the 29th. So it does come with the sheets, the expense sheets. It comes with 10, I think it was 10 of these envelopes. Now, I am not a big fan of the envelopes in the sense of myself. I like the zipperless envelopes, which honestly, y'all, I just buy the envelopes and cut the zipper part off. For me, these envelopes are beautiful. I wish they were zipperless. And they are, but they got a flap. And I'm not down for wanting to have to constantly open and close a flap. A lot of people like these. They're very, very good quality. They're for the A6 size binders, which is what these binders are. And you can put your money in here. So what I do with these is, because I don't particularly want these, I mean, I could cut off the flap by all means and use them. But what I'm going to do is, what I've been doing is, I will put them in Etsy packages if you buy something physical from my shop, and until these run out, which I think there's only 10 or so in here, when these run out, we have to go back to the regular zippered envelopes. But I'm going to be looking at zipperless envelopes anyways for our shop, because the pack that I had gotten recently was not very good quality. Now, what I have noticed is, I used to have 10 sheets of labels, and now she's only doing 3 sheets of labels. So I don't know what's going on. But there's only 3 sheets of labels instead of 10. I don't use these labels, so again, I can give these away as like a freebie in my packages for my shop. It's not something I will sell, and I will make sure that people know that those came from Soul Mama Budgets. So I did pick this up. Again, the Aquarius is going to be coming for Jessica because that is my middle daughter. I need to get her one of those. The box did not come ripped. I accidentally ripped it when I was trying to open it, and it wouldn't come open. So it did not come ripped. I accidentally ripped it. So that is what I got there for one of the Prime Day deals. Now I will let y'all know real quick, I did purchase a couple of Echo Dots. They're usually $50. They were on sale for $22. So, oh, and this came with it as well. So, Soul Mama Budgets. Absolutely love her binders. The quality is amazing. And I'm obsessed with the Zodiac binders. So, with that being said, yes, I did buy a couple of the Echo Dots. One for my kitchen because I have an Amazon microwave that is a smart microwave, and I've got a smart TV in the living room. Again, we're going to talk about that here in a minute because my big situation is tied into this type of situation is tied into these type of items. So, all right, this is going to actually be for my husband's binder. The reason I'm putting this in for him is the fact that our anniversary, one of our anniversaries is February 14th. That's the actual day that we decided to become a couple many years ago, 6 years ago. So with that being said, he can save for whatever he wants for Valentine's Day. I'll do the same. This was actually free. It came with my Happy Mail. You're going to see here in just a minute. And it came from Studio Miko. I will link her down below, her Etsy shop. Absolutely amazing. She gives great freebies out. It is reusable. So, absolutely love that. So, I'm going to put that in there for him in the binder. What I did purchase from Studio Miko, and I've got two other items coming. This is one of the other items that I've already gotten. This is going to be for Jessica's binder, and it's Christmas cookies. Now, I do have something extraordinarily huge to tell you about Christmas as well. A lot of updates coming in just a few minutes after I get through this budget real fast and explain the situation of where I've been and what's going on and all the things. So I'm kind of spilling a bunch of tea on myself, but it's all good. So this is a Christmas cookies one for Jessie. What I love about it, and she doesn't have very many of these, I'm going to ask her if she actually can personalize and make these, and I'm pretty sure she can. She lives in Canada, so it does take some time for it to get down here. I did buy the Mother's and Father's Day version of this as well, but the tracker is actually inside of the sheet here, so you can reuse it, wipe it off, reuse it over and over again. And you know, you put the money, I'm sorry, I got my finger got cut really bad the other day, so it hurts really bad inside here. But to be able to reuse this over and over again is absolutely genius. I had thought about doing this, and then I saw this on hers, and I was like, why am I going to try to figure out how to do this when I can just buy it and let her make it, and I can just give her the income and get what I want. So this one will actually be going into Jessie's Aquarius binder because Jessie's really big into cooking and baking. So that's what we're going to do for her. All right, let's talk about our October budget, and then we'll discuss all the nitty-gritty. So starting for the first week of October, and I know we're heading into the third week, and this is why I'm behind. Starting into the first week of October, my income is $4,671. Do remember that I only get paid once a month, and that is my full pension as it stands currently right now. I will be increasing by approximately $100 this coming year, so good for us. That'll just give us a little bit more leverage to work with when it comes with income. Also remember, at the first week of every month, I pay all of my fixed expenses. Anything house related that I need to pay for and or finances that are big, I pay for at the very beginning, because I don't want to have to worry about the rest of the month if I paid something or oops, something got shut off because I forgot to pay for it. So I do know that I did miss an expense in here right now, so I will have to add it. It is a $13 expense. I'll speak about that here in a minute when we get to subscriptions. So yeah, I'll just take $13 off the ending total for the first week before I roll it over to the second week. So rent has gone up by $50. It won't be going up until January 1st, and I'm okay with that. But I'm pulling it now and putting it aside so I can have a couple of months ahead of time before it starts on January 1st, 2024. So it's actually $750, but I'm pulling $800 now. I've already paid all these bills, by the way, as well. Electric came in at $250, and I couldn't figure out why my electric has been so low and staying the same. Y'all, I thought I was off this budget billing process. Apparently, I didn't get off it in time, and they rotated and put me back on it. So, apparently for electric and gas, even though gas said I was off budget billing, they automatically put me back on budget billing. And I'm like, oh my God. I'm going to leave it as it is right now. I've got too much going on to be finagling with companies and things of that nature. So let's leave it where it's at. Electric was $250. Gas was $120. And the only thing that we use for gas is heating in the winter, and our hot water heater is also a gas heater. Other than that, everything else in the house is electric. All right, so now we're moving down to Verizon. I did not get my son a phone. We'll talk about that drastically here in a minute. I can let you in on a little bit. I no longer talk to my family of any kind other than my own kids. There is massive reasoning for this. I am in the right. I know I'm in the right. There's been a lot of backstory that I won't get into. Let's just say I kind of burned the bridge and walked away, and I needed to do so. Not only for my mental health, but also for my kids as well. And we've been better off since. So in the process of doing that, I pulled 2 phones from 2 people who were on my Verizon, told them, send me those phones back, go out and get your own phones. One phone got transferred to my son, so now he has an iPhone 12, so I don't have to go out and buy him a phone. His iPhone SE 64 gigabyte kind of crapped out a while back, and that was paid off. So I went ahead and just moved the iPhone 12 onto his account in his name, underneath my account I should say, but in his name. And I don't have to pay anything because Verizon has that as a free phone, so it's still ticking down the amount that was on that phone. I think there's still like $300 and something left, but they're taking off $20 every month because when that line was open, the phone was free. So I get the free process of having that phone. As long as I'm on Verizon, every month they're going to tick down $20 until it's completely at zero. The other phone that came back to me is a Samsung Galaxy, and that one is actually getting transferred next month. And we'll talk more about that in next month's situation. But I've already shut that one down as well, and it's frozen. So that is what that is, and my son does not have to get a new iPhone as it stands right now because the iPhone 12 is what he's got. Subscriptions, we've dropped it down to 25. I've already paid for a year of Walmart. I paid for a year of Instacart. I have not paid for a year of Hy-Vee. That's what I forgot to put in. Hy-Vee is $13 a month. It's $12.99. But I put 13 and I forgot to put that into this mix. So Amazon Prime has been paid. Everybody's been paid in full. And I've made sure that that's been well taken care of. The situation with this is my daughter and I share Costco, and we also share Sam's Club. That's already been taken care of. The $25 you're seeing here is $20 for Netflix. That includes 6 devices, y'all. My daughter Tori is now back on my plan. Do remember that a while back they took off people who were actually using other people's accounts, which is absolutely ridiculous. But with that being said, they came back, and I guess people came back with a vengeance and started dropping their accounts. So what they did is they have 6 devices, y'all. 6 devices for $20. Before it was 4 screens for $20. Now they've upgraded it to 6 devices for $20. So they give you an extra 2. And my daughter is back on my plan. Now do remember my daughter lives in Oklahoma with my grandson. And so she's able to use my plan. The $5 extra, so that was 20. So it makes 25 is HBO Max. My daughter's boyfriend pays for 5. I pay 5. We pay the $9.99 program. I think we're going to end up bumping that up because we do watch a lot of HBO Max, and I cannot stand the commercials. I do get the Disney bundle for free through Verizon because Danya's plan's a little bit more expensive than me and Philip's, but that gives us the free Disney bundle. And y'all, I just saw Disney was going up like crazy amounts, and I'm like, what? But I do get the Disney bundle, which includes Disney, ESPN, and Hulu for free. So I don't have to worry about that. And yeah, I'm kind of paying for it in a sense because Dinah's plan's $10 more. But y'all, I ain't paying this like, I think it's like $19 or something now Disney's moving up to. So be checking your Disney subscription because it has gone up. All right, so I do need to add $13 to the total at the very end, and we'll just keep that in mind. Our Xfinity security is $60 a month. I already paid that. Then we have my Affirm account. Now my Affirm has gone up, y'all. I finally got it dropped down to roughly about, I want to say it's 1,640, 45, something like that. Y'all, it's at 2,055. That's part of the problem we need to talk about here in a minute. And there's a massive reason for that. And it's a medical massive reason. So I paid $170 this month already. That's my payment because I do pay throughout the month on Affirm. I put extra amounts on there to keep it kind of at a lower when it comes back around at the beginning of the next month. So that is what we're doing. Holiday cash, we'll explain that here in a minute. It's $150. We have $40 for trash. Reason for that is because they screwed up my trash back in August where they did not pick me up for 3 weeks. They kept promising me, and they didn't do it. For like 3 weeks, y'all, I was on them like water and rice. So they did give me another discount. So for September, October, and November, I only have to pay $40. And y'all remember, this is like a $75 bill. So they did drop it again for this next session because of or next quarter, I should say, because of what happened to me in August. So I did not pay August's bill. June, July, and August was handed back to me. And then they turned around and they took another amount off for September, October, and November. All right, moving down, we also have HP Instant Ink. And the reason I'm keeping that separate from my other subscriptions is because I have a tendency to forget about this one. I don't want to forget about this one. They don't have auto draft on this, and do know that everything else on the sheet is directly auto drafted out of my account. I get paid at the first week of October, and as that is rotating through my bank, and I get paid at like 2 o'clock in the morning, by 5 o'clock it starts kicking through, and by 11 o'clock in the morning all my bills are paid in the first week of each month. So I really, really love auto draft. So we have that, and after that one, after Instant Ink, was there another one? Instant Ink, and then oh, there was something else. Oh my gosh. Instant Ink, and then, oh yeah, there's plenty more here. After Instant Ink, I apologize, y'all. I'm like back where. BarkBox. I just started with BarkBox. I'm putting $35, and I just got the first subscription in. My kids have subscriptions, y'all. We have subscriptions for, TV, like Netflix and all that, and HBO Max. My kids have Gamebox, Xbox subscriptions that are already paid for the year and things like that. My dogs need a subscription. Yes, I've got 4 Chihuahuas in case you don't know. I have Bella. I have Gia. I call her Gia for short, but her name is Jaya. And so we have Bella, Gia, Tucker, and Romeo, y'all. We have 4 Chihuahuas, and I love my babies to death. So I got them BarkBox. I put 35 because I'm not quite sure what the total really was. But I have, I think it's actually 40 or 50. I'll have to go back and check. But I'm getting them the deluxe box. You get 4 bags of treats and 4 toys a month. And I'm just making sure that they have a little something themselves as well. So that completes my total for that, giving me $1,755 for my expenses, leaving me $2,916. Now, coming down to my variable spending, $115. You'll be seeing a grocery haul here shortly. I've already recorded it. It is up on my Prepoer side. It is not up on the side yet because I've been so far behind on both channels, y'all. Like both channels I am neglecting at the moment. So $115 in groceries, and then Uber gas was just kicking my rear end. I had to pay $150 in the first week to take people everywhere, like everywhere. So, and doing all my runaround. Now that normally falls off during the rest of the month because I do a lot of delivery to the house and things of that nature. So I don't have to take Uber that far around. So that brings it down to, oh, this one got cut off, I think, on this side. Okay. After I got all that taken care of, I think it brought it down to $2,651, I want to say it was. Yeah, I think that's what it was. Okay, so after our expenses up down there, let's move up here to our sinking funds. Now, y'all, I don't know if I'm doing this right because I have a problem with trying to figure out what I'm doing and not doing properly on this budgeting sheet. It's just a little confusing to me. So the sinking funds, I'm actually putting a plus sign into things that are actually going into my sinking funds versus what's coming out. Now, I do have a lot of expenses to talk about as well that have come out. And some things that I drastically overestimated as well, such as my pet account. I drastically overestimated things for that. So, with that being said, in my sinking funds, I am going to put in my 5.5K challenge, which I've created with my son ourselves, and it's sold on my Etsy shop. I did drastically drop the printable version because y'all just printing it. I don't need to be raising it and trying to rake in too much money on something like that. So I want to say, don't quote me, it's at either $2.50 or $2.75, and it is a 10-page packet. So we're going to put $400 into our 5.5K sinking fund, and that is starting at 100. It's 10 challenges, and each challenge goes up by 100. So you have a 100, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 900, and then a $1,000 challenge. So it's 10 challenges, and they go up by $100 increments each time. So that's that. Others that we're going to go into that binder is going to only be getting 100. Nothing for groceries, because I've already spent 115 in groceries. I got to see if I need to make some amends there because I just went on my credit card, believe it or not. Gas, I'm actually going to be putting $25 into Uber. If you guys don't know already, I am blind. I have retinitis pigmentosa, and I have to take Uber everywhere until my husband gets here, and then he is going to be my Uber. And then buffer, y'all, I'm going to be sticking $50 into my buffer because I need it. So that gives us $575 for putting things into sinking funds. Subtracting that from my balance, now I'm down to $2,076. I'm not putting anything extra into Affirm this week, but I will for weeks 2, 3, 4. And then nothing into savings until the very end of the month. And anything left over at the end of the month is going to go into my house savings fund. So there we go. I was talking and not giving you guys enough attention to move my sheet down. So let's talk about what's going on with me and why I've been absent. And everybody's like, where are you at? I've had people saying, I miss you. Where are you? Checking up on me. And I appreciate that, y'all. Let me move this budget sheet out of the way. But with that being said, where have I been? My intentions were to keep on schedule. Could not do that because I've had a significant change in my eyesight vision. Now, I just told you I'm blind. I am legally blind. I can see outlines, shapes, and shadows. I'm going to get this opened up, y'all, while I'm talking, so I at least do something productive. I'm just rambling on. I have light, dark, shadowing, and shape. That does not mean that if it's 10 inches from me, I know it's 10 inches. I have no depth perception at all. Well, I've gone to the eye doctor because there were some significant changes in the last couple of weeks. And come to find out, my progression of retinitis pigmentosa, it's called RP for short. It is an eye condition that you're born with. I got lucky and it didn't really start causing a problem until my late 30s, y'all, like 39. And when that happened, I knew I was going to lose my sight. The matter of when was going to be a factor, and you can never tell. What retinitis pigmentosa does is it literally kills the cells in the retina. Where your retina for normal people with normal vision is smooth, mine looks like a sponge. It looks like a kitchen sponge, y'all. Like, it's not nice looking. So significant changes have been made in my eyesight for the worst. My shadowing is almost completely gone. I noticed this when I went to cook my son some eggs in an electric skillet and realized I couldn't even see the egg anymore. So I was like, okay, we've got a problem. Went to the doctors. They confirmed I probably have less than 6 months before I lose everything, like even light perception. So knew it was going to happen. Not freaked out about it, y'all. Don't worry about that. I've had to make a lot of changes in my house. I have to make my house organized, not for my children, but for myself. My children have vision. They can see where things are at. I don't have any, and I didn't have much before. I mean, I shadow, shaping, outlines, all that. But now since I'm losing that, I've really got an issue. I cannot read things that are in packages, and I haven't been able to do that for a long time. But I've got kind of a sneaky thing to get around that. I use a fitness app that I scan things in the back and it'll tell me exactly what it is. Or I'll use my Walmart app. If I know I bought it at Walmart, scan the back with a barcode. And again, it'll tell me exactly what the item is. I won't put that into my fitness thing unless I'm eating it. But I'll at least know it's green beans or it's corn. So I had to go back and rearrange my entire house. Now we are about 65% done. It has taken weeks to do what I'm doing right now. And we are not done, but we are very close to being done. I had to rearrange my kitchen to suit my needs, not my children's needs. Again, they see, they have vision. So with that being said, I love this binder. With that being said, I've had to do a lot of rearranging. And when I say, y'all, it takes time, it takes time. My Affirm account has gone up significantly by almost $500, literally. It's $400 and something, almost $500. The reason for that is I had to buy a lot of new kitchen items to suit my needs. I cannot suit my children's needs when they have vision. So I did buy a number of things. I will show you in an upcoming video. It's already been unboxed. I'm already using some of the stuff. But they're devices that you can get on Amazon. They're cookware. Like, for example, I got this really, really cool egg pan. I need to show you guys this because if you love Egg McMuffins, let me tell you, this is going to be a game changer because it makes your eggs like that. It makes it fluffy and thick. And you can put 4 eggs in it. You set it on the stove. It's got a handle that closes over, and then when a couple minutes is up, you flip it, and it cooks on the other side. And those eggs come out identical to the big fluffy ones that are on your English muffins for Egg McMuffins at McDonald's. And I mean, like, this is a game changer. It's going to save me a lot of money, too, because Egg McMuffins at McDonald's are like $4 a piece now. So with that being said, there's a lot of things I had to purchase for myself that normal people would purchase, even with vision. But I needed to do it in order to be a little bit more independent in the kitchen. I'm a very big independent person. I do not want my kids constantly helping me. I need to cook by myself, but there are times now I have to ask my kids to help me do a couple of things that you would think you should be able to do that. But without vision, you can't do it. It's just not a possibility. But with that being said, my Affirm account has gone up by almost $500, y'all, and it's nowhere near done. Now, I did tell you guys that I was planning on doing a bunch of things with Affirm anyways, and it's a rolling account, and it is a rolling account, y'all. But the bottom line is, now it's a massive rolling account because of my vision loss and my upcoming prognosis of losing everything else that I have. Oh, gosh, y'all, I can't get this out from underneath there. The cardboard just doesn't want to come out. Not that that's a big deal for me, but whatever. But with that being said, that's gone up significantly, okay, y'all? So I've been rearranging my house. My room is about 2 days from being done. I need to buy a ton more organizational products so that when I grab something, I know whatever is in that bin is what I'm thinking is in that bin versus having systems that I can just chuck a whole bunch of things in and not know exactly what things are. So I won't be using these sheets, that's for sure. But I will be giving those away just as a freebie. Same things with these. I won't be using these, and I definitely won't be using these because I can't see to use them, but I can give those away as freebies. I have no problems doing that, and I'll be letting people know that that comes from Soul on My Budgets. So I don't want them thinking that I'm putting that into my Etsy products and thinking that I sell those, because I won't sell those. Those will be free inside the packages for personal physical items. But with that being said, that's where I've been. I have been when I say massively, y'all, I'm OCD, but I'm extreme OCD now. Massively redoing everything. I brought my entire prepper pantry from my basement to upstairs. I'm having an issue with stairs. I don't want to trip. And my stairs are 12 stairs down in my basement. And it is all concrete. It's an unfinished concrete basement. Love it, love it, love it. But I need to be very careful with what I'm doing now. And now I can do my own laundry. My son preset my laundry for me so that I'm able to do that, because I also noticed that I can't see the digits anymore. Like, I can't make them out on the washing machine. So I do have to get some Shout color catchers because I don't see color. Can't tell if my reds are going in with my white. Now I'm in trouble. So there's a lot of changes going on in my house. My site is just to the point right now I probably will have nothing in 6 months. Am I going to continue to budget? Absolutely. I'm just going to have to figure out different ways of doing it. My kids will probably be writing the budget out. I'll be telling them what to write. They'll write it out. I memorize things easily. I've always been this way. I'm one of those people who they claim is pretty rare in life that they can memorize pretty much anything and everything, and then you just don't forget the shit. It's like, oh, my brain just flows at night because I can't shut it down, because I remember things like nobody else's business. It's like I constantly remember stuff. So, except for the fact that I did forget the Hy-Vee $12.99 subscription. Oops, forgot that one. But I remember things, and that's a really good thing for me. So that is where I've been. The situation that's going on hand with the phones, as I said, was the fact that I have cut 2 people out of our lives. And it is for the best. It is for the good. It is. I'm not a dramatic person. I'm not a vindictive person. But if these people were no longer going to be in our lives, and we needed to get rid of these people out of our lives, then I needed my phones back. It just needed to happen. These individuals were individuals that it was a toxic situation, and I'm not going to entertain that thought anymore. I am in a stage of life. I'll be 47 in December. And I'm in a stage of life where everything is needing to be kept simple. Just simplify everything. And if that means getting rid of toxic people in my life, then I need to get rid of the toxic people. And so that's what I did. So I needed those phones back. I was very nice and generous about it. I gave them the option to buy out the phones off the plan and do a transfer. They refused. They wanted the phones for free, and they wanted to have the lines for free, but they didn't want to have to pay for it. And I was not going to be paying $600 for their phones. It was never going to happen. Because if they would have pulled the transfer, they would have had to pay for those phones, and they decided not to. So I said, please just send the phones back. It was a drawn out situation, and they finally did send the phones back. So I do give credit where credit is due. So I'm very happy that they sent the phones back. They were in perfect condition, so they didn't do anything to them. But that is what it is. And, I don't want any bad karma. So I'm moving on with my life and doing my situation, and we won't have to talk about the situation ever again, because I made the choice to remove the toxicity in my life, and I will continue to remove toxicity if it tries to come in to my door, because Murphy's Law and karma is never going to show up at my door. I won't allow it. So the kids are doing well. I'm happy. My kids are happy. My chihuahuas are doing amazing. Couple extra things are my chihuahuas. I thought that their vet bill was going to be a lot for annual, because they don't need kennel cough and they don't go with other dogs right now, and other things are not necessary. The last bill that I just had this first week of October, I shouldn't say just now because it's been a few weeks since October 1st, y'all. It's like October 18th today. Was only $390, and that was 4 chihuahuas, plus Gia got her blood test done because she's on phenobarbital because she's epilepsy. Gia is going to be 5, y'all, at the end of October. I do need to celebrate Bella and Tucker's birthday, because Bella turned 8 in late September. Tucker turned 10 in the 1st of October. Gia's birthday is the 31st of October. She will be 5. And y'all, Romeo, my newest little baby, he is filled out. He is 6 pounds, 9 ounces. Now, we did find out something really bad. He is not a year or a year and a half old, y'all. He's 7. Oh my God, he's 7. He's so tiny. He's my little tiny baby. But he's in at 6 pounds, 9 ounces. And when I first got him, a little over a month and a half ago now, he was barely 3 pounds. So y'all, he's filling out like a man. He's eating like a man. He needs to get a job. So that's what that is. I forgot to mention that I did have a Chewy subscription, that I'm thinking about it. So a Chewy subscription is coming in, and has come in just now. And that is for Gia. I will be going over that here shortly in the future. You're going to be seeing a lot of videos from me coming at you. I'm just going to kind of like pile you guys with videos, so be watching for that to happen. But I wanted to let you know where I was coming from, what was going on, why some things are changing, and why I was gone, y'all. Like, I'm back. I'm trying to get caught up. We're trying to get the things done. I'm still organizing my house. I've got probably at least 2 weeks to go, and I probably need to spend another $1,000 in order to get this house ready for me being blind completely. So, yeah, drastic change is coming. Last thing I need to let you know is we're no longer doing Christmas. We're not doing Thanksgiving. We'll talk about that in the next video, but what I will say is we're doing year-round. Instead of giving the kids a huge Christmas or a bunch of money at Christmas time, which is what I do, I like to give my kids money, I have decided, see, y'all, I told you I cut myself. Oh, on my middle finger of all fingers. I'm not flipping y'all off, just like, it hurts. I've decided to give them money every single month, and they can choose to save it in their savings account, their virtual savings accounts, or they can choose to spend it. And I'm no longer going to be like, oh my gosh, we need money, we need money, we need money. And you know, I put it in every single month, and I'm already fully funded for Christmas anyways. So we're going to be doing some things with that money anyways coming up. And you're all like, why are you not doing Christmas? I'll explain that in the next video, but my kids are over the moon happy about it. And it was something I had seen on the news. Like 65% of people were saying that they were going to do a buy now, pay later program. And over 75% on the news said they were going to use their credit cards and then later on try to figure out how to pay for Christmas. Christmas is overrated, y'all. It's about being around family and friends and being with the ones that you love and appreciate. It's not about how many presents you stick underneath the tree and who pays more for Christmas. And that stigma needs to go away, especially with inflation going on and everything raising except for people's wages. The stigma needs to go. And the same thing for Thanksgiving. We don't celebrate Thanksgiving. If you're not thankful every day that you get up, that you have another day to live and live it to the fullest, then something's wrong. So our Thanksgiving is not Thanksgiving. We have normal meals for Thanksgiving. So we'll discuss that in the next video because I've got a lot of videos to talk to you guys about and a lot of things that'll be changing as well. So anyways, if you stuck with me through this whole video, leave me a purple heart emoji down below so I know that you are listening to all my rambling. Sorry for the long video, but needed to come and explain a ton of things like a landslide. So we'll catch you in the next video. Until then, Without Limits is out.